Good morning, dear students. Today we shall learn about the Indus civilization. So the Indus-Valley civilization was an ancient civilization located in what is Pakistan and northwest India today, on the fertile floodplain of the Indus River and its vicinity. Evidence of religious practices in this area date back approximately to 5500 BC. Farming settlements began around 4000 BC, and around 3000 BC there appeared the first signs of urbanization. By 2600 BC, dozens of towns and cities had been established, and between 2500 and 2000 BC, the Indus Valley civilization was at its peak. So let's learn more about it. So here we see its main concentration was in the region of Gujarat, Pakistan, Rajasthan and Haryana. So they had very well planned towns. Let's learn about town planning here. Harappa, Dholavira, Kalibangan, Lothal, Banawali, Rakhigarki and Surkotada are the major cities of the Indus civilization. So and also we see they had the Harappans, they used to baked and unbaked bricks and even stone also for construction. So very well, it has been said, well planned streets and lanes and drainages can be observed in the Harappan towns. The tank called the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro, and it's also called a Great Bath. It is a public bath actually. Many people can take bath, and very well planned. It was an important structure, you can say, well paved with several adjacent rooms. Some unearthed structures have been identified as a granary. That's a storage for them. They could store all types of grains. So and also we see we do not know about the nature of the state or political organizations of the Harappans, but it's been said a male image from Mohenjo-daro has been identified as a priest king, but we do not know about the accuracy of this interpretation. So actually it's been said the Indus Valley civilization is also called as a Harappan civilization, since Harappa was the first site to be discovered. So we call it as Harappan civilization. And let's learn about the agriculture and animal domestication. So these people, they had for them agriculture was the most important occupation, as we have now in India also. The same way the Harappans, they practiced agriculture. And so the things, whatever grains, what are the things they have cultivated? Let's see, wheat, barley and various types of millets. And also they used a double cropping system. And also pastoralism was also known to them. And the types of cattle which they had, we can see the cattle, sheep and goats. And also many other various animals, including elephants. But they did not use horses. The Harappan cattle are called zebu, and it is a large breed, often represented in their seals. We could find that, by that we get some of the information. So let's learn about the pottery of these Harappans. The pottery has shapes like a dish on stands, storage jars, perforated jars, goblets, S-shaped jars, plates, dishes, bowls and pots. The Harappans, they used painted pottery. So that's really so good, very beautiful. Their potteries have a deep red slip and black painting. And also the painted motifs generally notified on the pottery depict people tree, and also the leaves of it, fish scale designs, then intersecting circles, zigzag lines, horizontal bands, geometrical motifs and floral and faunal patterns. So by this we come to know they were very much close to the nature, and they worship people tree. That's also been said. So let's learn about the metal tools and weapons. The tools and equipments they used were like, usually it was points, chisels, needles, fish hooks, razors, weighing pans, mirror and antimony rods. So these all were made of bronze. The Harappans, they used chert blades, copper objects and bone and ivory tools. And also the chisels made out of rohiri chert were used by the Harappans. Their weapons included, what were the types of weapons they used? Actually, they have used arrows, spears and chisel blade tool and axe. And the most important one is the bronzed image of a dancing girl from Mohenjo-daro is suggestive of the use of lost wax process. And we also come to know about the rohiri cherts. So it's a type of material collected from rohiri in Pakistan. It was used by the Harappans for making blades. The Harappans used both stone and bronze tools. So let's learn about the textiles and ornaments. So these people, they made carnelian, copper and gold ornaments. They used metals and stone ornaments also. And they had good knowledge of cotton and silk textiles. And some of them even had etched designs and hairpins, and the Harappans, they exported them to the Mesopotamia. That's also been said. Some of the evidences are available there. So they exported that to Mesopotamia. So let's see about the trade, how they exported and what are the places they had trade relation. The Harappan seals have been found in the West Asia sites, namely Oman, Bahrain, Iran and Iran. The cuneiform inscriptions that also mention the trade context between the Mesopotamia and the Harappans. So mainly one of the cuneiform inscriptions that we call it as Meluha, that also is given some information. It's considered to refer to the Indus region. So let's learn about some of the weights and measures which they used as we use nowadays, the same way they used those days also. Proper weights and measures they have used. So what are those? Let's see. The cubical chert weighs are found at the Harappan sites. The common plates for weighing balances have been also found, and they used even the weights point to their knowledge of the binary system. So that's what it's also been called. Some of the ratio also they have used. The ratio of weighing is doubled as 1:2, 4:8, 16:32. So you could see there in this picture, you could see some of the ways which they used measures. And also let's see seals, sealings and scripts. So actually these people, they were probably used, and they've used many of these. The Harappan script is all not yet deciphered. The seals from various media such as steated copper, terracotta and ivory are found in the Harappan sites. And about 5,000 texts have been documented from the Harappan sites. So that's also been said. That few of the scholars, they say that the script is in a Dravidian language. So you could see here some of the terracotta toys are there given. And let's learn about the arts and amusement. So what did they do during their free time? What was their entertainment and what was their hobby? Let's see. The terracotta figurines, paintings on the pottery and the bronze image from the Harappa site suggest that the artistic skills of the Harappans, and a priest king made of steelite and steatite, and dancing girl made of bronze. So this was really amazing, well as stone sculptures from Harappa. And Mohenjo-daro and Dolavera are the important objects of art, it's been said. And many more things they have found over there in excavation. Those things are toy carts, rattles, wheels, tops, marbles and hopscotches. So these also made in terracotta suggest the amusement of the Harappan people. So they used all such things those days also. So nowadays we use rattles for children the same way they too had those days, and also marbles and wheels, tops, all that even now our children play the same they used during those days. So let's learn about religion. So the type of religion now, as we worship nowadays, many of the god, goddess, and those people also they had, but also it's been said they worship people trees. So they gave more importance to that. Some of the terracotta figurines resemble the mother goddess. Fire altars are all that also have been identified at Kalibangan. So even they worship fire. And Indus people, they are actually the type of burial. They actually buried the dead body. It's been said the burials were done elaborately, and evidence for cremation has also been found. So two different types they have used, as we have nowadays in practice. The same they had during those days also. So next, original inhabitants and their culture. So here it said the archaeological evidence show movement of the Harappans to the east and south after the decline of the Indus civilization. So one school of thoughts argues that they spoke the Dravidian language. So it's probable that some of the Harappan people moved into different parts of India. This civilization it had more than one group of people. So several groups, and the types of groups we can see there, they are in that it includes even farmers, pastoralists, and hunter-gatherers lived in the Indus region. The population was mixed actually. In this region, it had villages and also some large towns. So the period they have given here, it's I have already mentioned earlier, but still I'll tell you again. The period of the civilization is being divided into early Harappans. It starts around 3300 BC and continuing to 2600 BC. And also the later phase civilization from 2600 to 1900 BC. The later Harappans, it's been said, they existed up to 1700 BC, it said. Now let's see how such a huge and such a beautiful culture, how it got declined. There are some reasons. Until now it's a question mark, exactly we are not able to say, but somehow we have come under some sort of conclusion. Actually maybe this civilization got declined because of changes in climate, decline of the trade with Mesopotamia, and drying up or flooding of the river Indus, or maybe foreign invasion were some of the reasons attributed to the collapse of this civilization and for the migration of people in the southern and eastern direction. So it did not completely disappear. So it continued a rural culture. So various historians, they give various information about the Indus people. So some people even they say maybe due to flood, or some maybe due to earthquake, or maybe due to some war. Exactly we don't know what happened, but somehow only because of the excavation we have come to know about such a beautiful civilization. So students, that's all in today's class. So in the next upcoming class we shall learn a lesson in geography, lithosphere. Thank you.